Another big bank has made it more expensive for some home buyers to borrow money. A few weeks ago, it was TD. Today it was Royal Bank raising mortgage rates. Why now? Well, two reasons, really, and one of them is the election of Donald Trump as the next U.S. president. The CBC's Renee Filipponi explains.
We are going to fix our inner cities and rebuild our highways, bridges, tunnels, airports, schools, hospitals.
Those spending promises months, even years away in the U.S. are already having an impact on mortgage rates here in Canada, with investors betting on what a Trump America would look like economically.
There's a very aggressive fiscal plan, tax cuts, infrastructure spending, as well as deregulation. All of that could really spark a nice upturn in U.S. economic growth.
That upturn could come with increased U.S. government debt, higher inflation, and higher interest rates. Investors betting on what's to come have already pushed up international bond rates, and the bond market is where banks borrow from.
If that cost of borrowing goes up for banks, they have to pass that along to their customers, so they have to charge more for their loans and that's why we're seeing mortgage rates going up among some Canadian banks.
It's not just the Trump effect pushing rates up. Ottawa's new and tighter mortgage rules are increasing costs and risk for banks. And just like bonds, that is passed on to consumers. That's made it a busier than normal fall at this mortgage brokerage. Co-founder James Laird says people see the writing on the wall.
We're getting a lot of calls with people wanting to understand what the new rules are, what are rates going to, how does that affect them, and what should they do.
Laird says expect this trend to continue.
I do expect as we move forward and more rules come into place that rates will continue to rise.
For many years, Canadians have been taking on big mortgages in order to compete in Canada's hot housing markets. That borrowed money is now getting more expensive, and that over time is going to have an impact on housing prices right across the country. Renee Filipponi, CBC News, Toronto.